Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi everyone. Hello Mr. Aulia and Miss Yuki. Thank you for joining our video. We really appreciate for your presence. We are Group 4. Today, we are going to explain about our pro-argument of the exemption from rapid test for several public transportation trips. So, before we start, let me introduce our group member. First, I am Devano Raffinabielle, and these are my teams.
Hello everyone, my name is Anjani Bunga Irawan.
Hello everyone, my name is Marsa Heldan Putri Ihsaniah.
Hello everyone, my name is Chahaya Lestari.
So, without any further ado, let's get started.
The COVID-19 outbreak has hit various parts of the world for the past 2 years. Every effort has been made by each country to stop the spread of this epidemic, which is classified as very fast. COVID-19 has had an impact on various areas of life, one of which is the health sector. These conditions encourage health institutions to make findings for detecting the presence of COVID-19 in the human body, one of which is the rapid test. Rapid tests are divided into two types, namely antigens and antibodies. In Indonesia, rapid test is one of the requirements for traveling. However, many problems were found from the implementations of the rapid test, making it difficult for some residents to travel. Along with the decline in COVID-19 cases, the government has freed up rapid tests in several travel accommodations, and of course, this has facilitated the mobilizations of the public in traveling.
Next, if the high price of rapid tests makes it difficult for mid-lower economic people to travel. In this case, the emphasis is on the price of rapid tests, which tend to be expensive. There are even some transportation where the price of rapid test is more expensive than the price of ticket itself. Quoted from katadata.com, as many as 44% of Indonesian people consider that economic condition in Indonesia is bad during this pandemic, which means that the number of people with a mid-lower economies is still very high. This, of course, trigger a lot of unemployment and poor people due to the layoffs during the COVID-19 pandemic. If the government continues to insist on conducting rapid tests for every public transportation trips, of course, this condition will make the situation more difficult for mid-lower economic people to travel. How come? To buy tickets, they already have to set aside special funds. Especially, it will become harder for them with the mandatory rapid test, which is very expensive. They will automatically think twice about continuing their journey and mostly choose not to travel, even though they need to go somewhere because of important needs too. So the pandemic period, which is identical to the difficult period, is increasingly difficult and unfriendly for mid-lower economic people, where the government should be able to provide relief to its people.
Next, with the second vaccine carried out by the community, it is considered sufficient. Coupled with strict health protocol, it can be seen in the circular of the Ministry of Transportation number 21 of 2022 concerning guideline for the implementation of domestic travel by air transportation during the COVID-19 pandemic. It is thought that people who have carried out the second or third dose of vaccination do not require a negative result from the rapid test. Experts of those who have just received their first vaccination. It is also advised that all people continue to apply health protocol in disciplined and strict manner by wearing masks, maintaining distance, avoiding crowd, and washing hand using soap and hand sanitizer.
Next, with the decline in COVID-19 case in Indonesia, of course, we can consider the procurement of rapid tests, the release of rapid tests or PCR for domestic travel, which began to implying according to the circular of COVID-19 handling task force number 11 of 2022 on 8 March 2022, is also supported by declining number of positive case COVID-19. Even before the policy was implemented, at the end of February 2022, the Ministry of Health noted that there had been 14 provinces that are considered inconsistent and decreasing daily confirmed case of COVID-19. The 14 provinces are DKI Jakarta, Banten, West Java, East Java, Bali, West Nusa Tenggara, Maluku, South Kalimantan, Central Kalimantan, North Sulawesi, South Sumatra, Southeast Sulawesi, Papua, and West Papua. In addition, 7 other provinces recorded the daily case have decreased, including Central Java, North Sumatra, South Sulawesi, West Sumatra, Gorontalo, Bengkulu, and Lampung. Next. Then, after the policy was implemented on 9 until 10 March 2022, they also decreased from 26,336 cases to 21,311 cases. Next. COVID-19 continued the decline of 12 March of 2022. It was recorded that 30 provinces had experienced a decline. The remaining of 4 provinces still recorded an increase in the case. The provinces are Aceh, North Kalimantan, Central Sulawesi, and East Nusa Tenggara. Next. And another fact that we must know, even as 26 March of 2022, the number of active cases of COVID-19 in Jakarta was recorded at 8,744 patients, both the hospitalized or self-isolating. The DKI Jakarta Health Office recorded the decline in COVID-19 case by 632 people. Thus, the declining number of COVID-19 case will further support by rapid and antigen release policy. And of course, it's balanced with the strict health protocol as well. Next.
So we can conclude the exemptions of rapid tests for several public transportations is the right things to do at this time. The implementations of rapid tests for all public transportations must be reviewed taking into account the economic conditions of the middle of lower class. Then most of the people has carried out a second vaccine and also a booster, as well as with the implementations of strict health protocols, as well as the conditions of COVID-19 in Indonesia, which has begun to decline. The government's decisions to apply the exemptions of community.
That brings us to the end of our video. I would like to finish up by saying thank you for your time and attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.